Okay, we are here with 4K Freddy. I have a daily ritual involving the Dream Chaser event. And it's always funny whenever I play as Freddy because it always reminds me of that one developer who said Freddy needs a trim. Don't know why he's performing so well, but he needs an adjustment. Although they don't have any clues of why he was performing so well. He's not so much anymore since they did nerf him. But yeah, that's pretty typical of the developers of this game. It's like they have no clues to why certain killers perform better than others. It's their own freaking game, and they can't figure it out. So I just want to give a mention to Mr. Pickles. I saw your most recent comment, and yeah, it is nice to know that there are people in the community who think and whose mindset matches up with others. They don't feel quite so isolated in terms of their viewpoints and certain things. Yeah, it's pretty obvious where the developers want to take this game. They want to buff solo queue up to Swift levels, and I just don't think it's going to work. It's going to create such an imbalance that no one will want to play Killer anymore. Everything will be so stacked against Killer that no one will touch that role. I mean, I guess if they want to try and kill their own game, they're doing a pretty good job of it so far. So, we'll see what happens. As I've said many times, I'm only playing Killer for rituals and for tome challenges. Otherwise, I'm not going to touch it on the live servers. And one good thing about the upcoming patch and the next chapter is apparently they will be allowing you to give the bots perks. And hopefully they'll be improving the AI. So it'll be most likely more enjoyable going against bots than it will be real people. Although I've noticed recently in several of the bot games I've played, the generators do seem to be going even faster, if that's possible, even without any perks. Granted, I do often play as Wesker, and will only go for M2 attacks. So that slows me down a little bit, but as I've said many times, they have no trouble doing the most simple of mechanics in any game ever, generators. So even the bots can do that efficiently. Which is why I don't understand all the complaints from survivors in this community. Okay, I thought he was on second hook. Did they not get him for some reason? Well, there we go. Freddy, he's too oppressive. Even though they failed to get him off the hook before he went into second stage. Somehow that's the killer's fault. So, yeah, I won't be playing Killer on the live servers much anymore. I mean, is it really worth it? You either get gen rushed or you get bully squads or swifts, and then of course they all get out, and when they're at the they can't just leave. You have to usher them out like you're some kind of, like you're an employee at a theater trying to get people out the door when the movie's over. They won't just leave on their own. And then they have to teabag you and everything. It's so ridiculous. Like they did something so impressive, accomplishing the most simple of mechanics ever invented in gaming history. I've also pretty much given up on... Okay, that should have hit. Yeah, you nod your head. That should have hit her. Anyway, yeah, I've given up on generator control builds. The only gen defense I have right now is Deadlock. Even that perk is starting to become irrelevant with the new Survivor UI HUD. They can see which generators that their teammates are on. And usually their teammates are on multiple generators, so they can just go to another one when Deadlock locks one up. I don't know why you're still here. That was brilliant. Well, here we go. See, this is what the data, the so-called data, the developers come out with. Tells you absolutely nothing about how a match played out. I mean, this is looking like a 4K with Freddy. And all it tells them is that Freddy got 4 kills, which is, according to them, is overperforming. It doesn't tell them at all how I got those 4 kills. It doesn't tell them that the survivors were just unbelievably stupid when it came to how they played in the game. It doesn't tell them that whether or not the survivors decide to throw the game. This is why the data they come out with is meaningless in terms of kill rates. I would love to know how many of those kills are because survivors just give up. It's not going to show that either. They don't count DCs. I mean, those are easy to eliminate. But if you have survivors doing what these survivors are doing in this match, how does it count that? It counts it as regular gameplay. Because they're just giving up now. And there's not going to be any difference between getting kills in this fashion and getting kills against a team that doesn't give up. So all these fools in the community who think kill rates are too high, they need to take into account, well, what exactly happened in that match. Hook rates would be a more accurate representation of what went down in the match, because you can see, like that Ash, they didn't get him until he reached second stage, and pretty much snowballed from there. But for some reason they will never release that data. They probably don't keep track of it even, and it's probably too complicated for them. Behavior Institute MMR, which is a very simple way of establishing win conditions for survivors and killers. Hooks are kills and escapes, and it's not accurate at all as to letting someone know what actually happened in the match. Okay, we got that done. Yeah, 4K Freddy. He needs a trim. Overperforming again.